Hi everybody, it's your girl Monique and welcome to my channel. If you're oldie but goodie, welcome back. If you're just tuning in, thank you. The subject matter of this video is about depression. So if you suffer from depression, you know somebody suffer from depression, somebody you think needs to hear this, please by all means share this video. Any negative comments will be blocked. Depression is a serious issue. I had said in a previous video that I would discuss about depression in a video, and I'm ready to talk about it now, being that it's close to the holiday. So if you're interested to see what I have to say, then please by all means keep watching. Okay guys, I am one of those people that suffer from depression. It's not the kind where you say that you're sad and you have the blues. When I suffer from a bout of depression, I go through a crippling, I call it, effect. And me, myself, I know that there is medication out there to be taken, but I don't even like taking pain medicine, let alone something that's psychotropic that will affect my train of thought, my thought process and stuff. And forgive me, those that work in the healthcare agency or field and know about the type of medicines that I'm referring to and feel like I am wrong by saying this. So, but this is my channel and these are my opinions about what I think. And mind you, I used to work in the nursing field. What I think, how my body will react to that type of medicine. Now, I told y'all that in many previous videos that I had lost my mother, and the circumstances of her death still clings to me this day. It's been 3 years since she passed, and the way that she passed, it happened so suddenly. I don't think I really got into any of the videos telling you about how she passed. So now I feel comfortable letting you know why my mind frame goes to that point in my life. You know I'm a grown woman. I'm a grown old woman. I'm your auntie, okay? And, but I love my mom. You understand? I love my mom. And, how the circumstances happened was I got a phone call from one of my aunts. I have 2 aunts. And she said, you know your mom's in the hospital. And I was like, for what? She didn't tell me she was in the hospital. I just talked to her a couple days ago. And she explained to me that, you know, my mom wasn't feeling too hot. And it took her and her daughter, 2 people that worked in the healthcare profession, a minute to convince my mom to go get checked out because her symptoms were a little bit on the severe side, and just to be cautious, they convinced her to go, which she in turn did. And when I contacted my mom, you know how parents do, they protect their children from learning things all the way to the end, and that is the case with my mother this time. She didn't let on how serious she was sick and played it off. I thought that she was going to be home any day, but when I went to visit her and she had been moved to ICU, and then next thing you know she's in hospice, I'm like, what is going on? And to this day, my mother was never forthcoming about what exactly was going on with her health, except for to give us superficial information, me and my sister, about the reason of her being in the hospital. And I say on day 4, I had got a phone call from one of the doctors, and they advised that me and my sister come to the hospital so that we can have a little chit chat about what is going on with my mom. And what turned out to be was every specialist that you could think of in the room, all crammed in there with my mom together, and my mom being obstinate and stubborn, saying that she does not want to stay in the hospital. She wants to go home. And at that particular time, I'm like, well, what the fuck is going on? Like, y'all not telling me what's going on. And see, with patient doctor confidence, they were not allowed to tell me what exactly was going on unless my mom was incapacitated, which she was not. All I kept hearing from them is that if she leaves the hospital, she's going to have to go to hospice. That if she leaves the hospital, she will die. And my mom was adamant about leaving, and I couldn't understand, well, what the hell happened between her just feeling ill and then y'all talking about she's dying? So the scenario with her fighting tooth and nail was that she went home on a Monday, she died that Friday. It was just that fast. And the decline was so fast that I didn't even have a chance to process the process of what was happening to her and her passing. And, you know, of course I spoke to her the night before, and I had to go to work, and I let her know my schedule. I told her that I loved her. I would see her the following day. And the previous day, you know, she kept asking to see my daughter. However, I didn't want my daughter to see her grandmother like that. I mean, when I say from Monday to Friday, the decline in her health was like so fast. It was like morphing and fast forwarding. But I had to pray on it, and I kept saying to myself, I don't want my daughter further down the line to be upset with me that I did not allow her to see her grandmother her last final time or whatever. So hours before she passed, she saw my daughter, and we had a heart-to-heart. And, you know, my mom was a tough cookie. And, you know, when I was wrong, she let me know I was wrong. And most of the times, I couldn't do nothing right. So I always felt like she was, you know, one of those hardcore moms. I mean, she supports you, but she gonna put that foot in their ass if she think you can, if you had the potential of doing better. And a few hours after I told her I love her and I would see her the following day, she passed. So for me, losing her that way put me in a bout of severe depression. Of course, I've always had those days where you feel blue. You just want to snuggle up in your bed, sleep, cry a little bit, read a sad story, watch Lifetime channel. But this was something different. This was something where my train of thought was dark. When I thought about would everyone be better if I wasn't here on this earth alive? And how would I go about killing myself? And then I had to seek a counselor. I had to talk to someone professional. And it's nothing embarrassing for me to tell you this, that I had to get some help. Now, the type of help I wanted, I didn't want to take medicine, but I felt that I couldn't talk to my family and friends, because your family and friends, they always got to put their opinion on it or pat you on your head and say everything's going to be okay, you know, that it's going to pass. But I wasn't feeling like that. When I expressed to people, when I was talking to people about how I was feeling, where my mind was, you know, I got that, you be all right. But that's not how I was feeling. I needed help. And that's what I did. I got me some help. And it's taken time. It's not going to be instantaneous, but it's taken time for me to understand about how I was blaming myself. Like, maybe if I was a better daughter and I checked on my mom more often, maybe I would have known or seen, you know, I worked in the nursing field. Maybe I would have seen some key things that was happening in her life that I could have intervened with, for, took her to the doctor sooner. I mean, I was my mom's primary caregiver. I took her to doctor's appointments and picked up her prescriptions and did her food shopping and stuff. So all I kept feeling was like a weight on my shoulder, on my chest. Like I felt like I let her down. Forgive me. I felt like that if only I would have did something different, she would still be here. But the severity of my mom's illness was nothing that me nor my sister could have predicted. My mom had lung cancer, she had liver cancer, she had pancreatic cancer, she had cancer of the lymph nodes. I had no idea that was going on with my mom, or that she was in such severe agony, because as a mother, you protect your children from knowing those bad things, and she kept saying that she didn't want to be a burden to me, because I'm a mother and a wife and I work, and so of course I blamed myself. And it took time talking to my counselor, and I'm still dealing with it, and my sister is also dealing with it. And being that it's just me and her, we felt isolated from our aunts and uncles and stuff like that, because, you know, all families are not big and loving and embracing. I felt isolated from my mom's siblings. They didn't reach out to us. You know, when funerals happen, you know, you get a ton of phone calls and stuff like that, but then afterwards everybody gets back to living their lives, which is nothing wrong with that. That is the cycle of life. But to know that some of your family don't even reach out to you to make sure that you're okay when you're not, that was kind of hard to deal with. So with all of that being said, and I'm sorry this video might be a little bit long, you might want to fast forward to certain things. I just wanted to tell the people that suffer from depression like I do, that there is resources and help that you can take, especially if medication is not the route that you want to go to. If you can't afford to go to a professional, maybe you have someone that you could talk to in confidence that will not betray your trust and listen. I mean, really listen to what you're saying, because it's okay to feel the way that you feel, but a professional will help you understand why you feel the way that you feel. And with the holidays coming, it's really hard for me, and it's really hard for my sister. I don't know if my sister is suffering the way that I am. She doesn't want to talk about it, and she isolates herself away from that conversation. But me, I suffer. I express it to my family and some of my close friends. And now that I'm seeking help for the help that I need, it has been helpful, but I know that I have a long way to go. And trust and believe, I did not want to do this video because I didn't want people to think less of me because I have a weakness. But the more I thought about it, I am human, and we're all human, and we go through ups and downs in life, and some of us can deal with it better than others, and some of us carry the world on our shoulders. And with having a YouTube channel and being able to reach just a minute, if I could just reach one person that is going through something similar, or going through that thought process, like maybe being here will be better if I'm not here, then I hope that this video reaches to you, and that you remember that you are worthy of living. You are worthy of life and love. And if you ever need to reach out to me, please comment down below and or DM me on my Instagram at Mo_knows_fashion. And I have no problem chatting with you for hours if need be, if you need me, because we're family. So I'm sorry about the tears, guys. I'm sorry about the long video, but I said that I was going to talk about dealing with depression and with the holidays coming up, and sometimes for some of us it's a little harder to deal with than other times. I wanted to reach out to you, and in the hopes that you could understand where I'm coming from, and if you ever feel the way that I felt, then maybe you should get some help too, in any respect that you can. So thank you so much for watching. Please comment, rate. Don't forget to subscribe. You can hit the like button if you like. It's okay to send out that positivity. I'm not going to tell anyone. And as always, I really appreciate my oldies but goodies holding me down. And if you're just tuning in, I hope that this is helpful to you as well. So thank you so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.